Some of the best food at Disney doesn't require a reservation, doesn't require planning 6 months out, and doesn't require you to stop your entire day to sit down for 90 minutes. But if your day is built around dining reservations, there's a good chance you're missing better food and giving up some of your best park time to get it. I'm Lee with All About the Duck, and this is part of our You're Doing Disney Wrong and It's Not Your Fault series, where we take the things everyone thinks you have to do at Disney and show you a better way. When people plan a Disney World trip, dining becomes a huge part of it. Booking restaurants 6 months in advance, locking in the must do meals, building your entire park day around reservation windows. And we've done it. We've planned full park days around where we were going to eat, moved our whole schedule to make a noon reservation work. But over time, we started noticing something. Some of our best meals at Disney were the ones we didn't plan at all. The biggest mistake people make with Disney dining is overcommitting to reservations because the moment you book them, your day starts revolving around them. You're watching the clock. You're planning your next ride around your reservation window. We've seen families literally run through Magic Kingdom to make a dining reservation, stressed, sweaty, not enjoying any of it. And when they finally sat down, they were too worn out to appreciate where they were. That's not a dining experience. That's a hostage situation with good food. So, when should you pump the brakes on reservations? If you're only in the park for 1 or 2 days, a sit down meal can burn an hour or more of your most valuable time. When you've got limited days and a list of things you want to do, that hour is precious. If your goal is to ride rides, explore, and keep moving, stopping to wait for a table, sit through a full service meal, and wait for the check doesn't fit that day. It fights it. And especially at midday when the park is at peak energy and everything is moving. That's when a long reservation feels the most disruptive. You finally hit your stride, and then you have to stop. Now, this doesn't mean never do table service. There are some genuinely incredible dining experiences at Walt Disney World that are worth planning around. We'll get to that. It just means be intentional about it because not every meal needs to be an event. Here's the approach that changed how our days feel, and honestly, how much we enjoy the food too. Instead of building your day around dining, let dining fit into your day. Use quick service when you're in the middle of the action and want to keep moving. Save sit down meals for the evening when the pace naturally slows. A resort break in the afternoon when you need to recharge, or a lighter day where you're not trying to maximize ride time. That way, you're not interrupting your best park hours for a meal. You're using the meal to enhance a part of that day that already makes sense for it. And the evenings at Disney are actually a perfect time for table service. The crowds have shifted. You've got your rides done, and you're ready to slow down. A great dinner feels like a reward at that point, not an interruption. One of the single easiest ways to save time at Disney is mobile order through My Disney Experience app. Most people know about it, but most people use it wrong. Here's the mistake: they wait until they're already hungry to order. Or worse, they walk up to the restaurant and order at the window. And by that point, return windows are pushed out, the place is slammed, and now you're waiting anyway. The move is to order early. If you know lunch is going to happen around noon, place your mobile order at 10:30. you'll see different arrival windows. Those are your pickup time slots. Select the one that works for you, lock it in, and forget about it. When your window opens, you tap I'm here in the app. They start preparing your food. You walk up, grab it, and you're done. No line, no waiting around. Back to the park in minutes. We do this almost every time now, and the difference is significant, especially on busy days when every quick service spot has a line out the door. You just walk past all of it. One more tip: if you see a return window for a time that's earlier than you expected, grab it anyway. You can always adjust your timing. What you can't do is go back and grab a window that's already filled up. Here's something that might surprise you. Some of the most talked about food at Walt Disney World isn't table service at all. The Ronto wrap at Ronto Roasters in Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, quick, filling, genuinely delicious. People walk in from other parks just for that thing. The cheeseburger spring rolls at the Adventureland egg roll cart in Magic Kingdom. That's a snack people will cross the entire park for. And it's just a walk up window. At Epcot, the Liege waffle at Connections Eatery, and honestly, the entire World Showcase, is a quick service dream. You can eat your way around the world without a single reservation. Over at Animal Kingdom, the Saltuli's Canteen bowls are quick service food that honestly eats like a full restaurant meal. Customizable, fresh, and fast. And that's the point. You're getting genuinely great food without stopping your day for it. The biggest benefit isn't even the food quality, it's the flexibility. You're not locked into a time, you're not rushing across the park to make a window. You eat when it makes sense for you. And when you combine that with mobile order, you're in and out and right back to enjoying the park. And honestly, that's when dining at Disney starts to feel easy. There are so many quick service spots now that are just as good, if not better, than some table service meals. You just have to know where to look. Now, there are absolutely dining experiences at Walt Disney World that deserve a reservation. We're not saying skip them all. Be Our Guest at Magic Kingdom for dinner is a different experience entirely. It's worth planning for. Space 220 at Epcot is one of the most visually stunning restaurants we've ever been in. That one's worth the effort. Topolino's Terrace at the Riviera Resort for the character breakfast is genuinely special, especially if you're traveling with kids. The difference is these are experiences, not just meals. They offer something you can't get from a quick service window. So when you're planning your trip, ask yourself, is this a meal I'm booking because it's genuinely something I don't want to miss? Or am I booking it because the planning guide said I had to? If it's the first one, book it, enjoy it, build your day around it intentionally. If it's the second one, skip it. Grab a Ronto wrap and spend that hour on a ride. You don't need a packed dining schedule to eat well at Disney. In fact, some of the best food you'll have on your trip might be from a walk up window you don't even plan to stop at. Keep it flexible. Use mobile order. Save the sit down meals for the moments that actually call for them. Because when dining fits into your day instead of running it, you don't just eat better, you enjoy everything more. Do you go all in on dining reservations when you visit Disney? Or do you prefer to keep it loose and see what looks good? Let us know in the comments. This is one where everybody has a different approach, and we genuinely love hearing them. And if this series is changing how you think about planning your trips, the next video is one that you won't want to miss. We're breaking down why your morning strategy might be costing you your best hours of the day. Like and subscribe so you don't miss the rest of the series. And as always, see you real soon.